And we're back to, I guess, demonstration videos by Hussein for this college strength and conditioning course. Anyways, so next exercise is going to be the barbell back squat. Barbell back squat. Anyways, so for this exercise, yes, it is going to be targeting our quads. That's normally what people do this exercise for. But you're going to get a little bit of glute, a little bit of hamstring activation. When I say a little bit, you're going to get a lot of it, but not as much as the quads, depending on your bar position on your back, depending on your leverage, depending on how you're going through the exercise, whether you're leaning forward with a low bar position or a high bar and you're being straight up. Kind of depends on you guys. So for this exercise, one, with spotters, you might have one right behind you depending on the load. Sometimes people, train back squat without a spotter. I highly recommend, if you're going to a heavier load or you're going to higher intensity, maybe having one, spotting behind you just in case, just to give you that extra bump. Now, if you're going for a max attempt or if you're competing, you're most likely gonna see one person on each side just to spot the bar. This just helps a little bit because that spotter behind you, one, doesn't have the best leverage on you, but two, they might not be able to pick you plus that additional weight up. So, going through this exercise, first thing you want to do is finding your hand position, right? So I typically choose the hand position that works for me on bench press. Everyone's different depending on their shoulder mobility when they get the bar behind them. It also depends on preference on where they place the bar on their back. Now for me, like I said, about, I would say, a little bit wider than shoulder width, whatever works for you guys. So as we go through, I find a nice spot on my back, foot position that helps me lift the bar up out of the rack, right? So I step out, foot position, shoulder width, maybe a tiny bit more. I tend to point my toes out a tiny bit. This just kind of helps me as I'm going through, open up my hips. So first things first, you want to brace your core, right? So deep breath and think tightness where your belly button's at, right? So keep your core tight. Think soft knees, push your butt back. So you're gonna go through the squat, soft knees, butt back, core brace. Sit down and up. So think soft knees, butt back, sit down, and up. And then go ahead and rack that. And that's the back squat.